my trade idea for today is actually going to be for this one right here. It's TNA. And so, Helene, this is a trend that I've been watching really closely for the past couple weeks.
Okay.
It's been one of the stronger ones in the market. It's been with the small caps. It's looking at the Russell 2000 index. There's an ETF to trade this. It's IWM.
Hmm.
Specifically, I landed today though on TNA. This is actually a leveraged play on the small cap. So it's looking at the same index, but it's a three times leveraged. I landed on this one specifically just because it's a little bit lower cost. The chart looks exactly the same as the IWM, but IWM is several $100s, whereas this one is about $55 per share. So just trying to look to manage the cost on the trade here. That's the only reason I really landed on this one. Plus, too, you'll see with my trade in a minute, it makes a bit more sense to go with TNA to get a little bit more time value in the options. But again, just looking at the technicals here for this trade, clearly you can see the breakout that small caps have been having over the past couple months. Certainly had a bit of a sell-off, consolidation through November, found a bottom around about 38. Started to trade higher and get constructive, making those new series of higher highs and higher lows. It finally broke out to new all-time highs right here. If you're looking at the IWM chart for the actual Russell 2000, you would see it, finally broke out to new all-time highs in mid-December. Consolidated again, made a new higher low, and then it's really been off to the races here in the past couple months. You
Oh
see
yeah.
it breaking out to new all-time highs yet again, and that's the thing. I've been watching this trade here, Helene, with the small caps for a couple weeks, but it was on such a strong run. It got overbought pretty quickly after, during this spike up right here, since the beginning of the year. And again, it's one of these types of trades that, it's really been benefiting a lot from the broadening out, the breadth increasing in the market. And it's a trade that's been kind of hard to get into because if you're following, a technical system, of course you're trying to not, you're not looking to buy and enter bullish trades when, equities are overbought, overextended. And it's been that way for, several weeks now. So, I've been keeping an eye on the trend. Finally saw the pullback today. Obviously, it opened down about near 54. It's rallied a good bit since then, so it's regaining some of that momentum. Really like to see that. Good strong chart down here for the OBV, so you're seeing really steady accumulation of this as well. So a lot of things to like there in the technicals for this trade. And Helene, the way I'm looking to trade it is actually with an in-the-money call option debit spread. So again, that's another reason I specifically landed on the TNA is because, again, I love the chart for IWM, just the regular small cap ETF. Uh,
Okay.
but it doesn't always carry as much time value as say the triple leverage one. Now, of course, there's things to be mindful of with trading the leverage ETFs. Obviously, they move more than the underlying. It's not leveraged, but they do typically carry a bit more time value. So I landed on this call option debit spread here, Helene. Looking at the February 20th option expiration here, and specifically looking to buy to open the 43 strike, sell to open the 49. And so it's not quite 25% profit potential at this 4.88 level right here. But it's still coming in about 22%, just depending on where it gets filled out. I'll go ahead and put my order at 4.9 just to see if I can get it filled there. I feel that I'll probably will be able to get it filled sometime throughout the day. But that was my trade for today.
I